ones, yes, I'm glad that, and that was interesting. I like that. I like fruit, but yeah, a lot of locals say. I have to admit, the rod run, it was lacking some of the really cool rods that are normally out there. And being she's not talking, I'll just put the mic in front of me because you just said, "Yeah, this is what I'm used to." This is how I did my shows, just like this. Hello, everybody. What are you wearing? I used to sit in front of a microphone in a dim room with just a little light. Turn that down, please. That's really distracting me because there's a minute and a half delay, a 90-second delay. Um, and I would sit in front of the microphone in the padded room, and it literally was padded. You've seen it before. It's a foam that would go on the walls all the way around over the ceiling. You could scream for your life, and it wouldn't matter. Nobody would hear you scream. And there's a movie of that. No one can hear you scream, and it was fun. You know, your coffee's way over there. Oh, Crisco, you're out of your mind. That thing scared the crap right out of me when I saw it. I don't like. The only good spider is when it's on the bottom of my shoe. Then it's a good spider. I just don't like spiders. And the reason is not because I'm a chicken. When I was 5 years old, and I have the picture, where at my parents' house, there was a little walkway that would go along the house, and I was running. I'll never forget it. I was running along that walkway, and there was two posts, and I ran through that post, and in between that post was a big giant spider with a billion babies all over it. I'll never forget that. And I ran right through it, and it was at that moment I definitely screamed just like a schoolgirl. There was no doubt in my mind. I screamed, and my mother came out figuring I was being, killed by bears or something like that. And there were just spiders running all over me, and that was it. From that moment on, I had arachnophobia. Uh, uh, I've learned in my older age to deal with them. They leave me alone, I leave them alone. If they get too close to me, they're at the bottom of the shoe or back of a newspaper or something. And I'm sorry. Sorry, God, I hate to have to do that, but the spiders, there's rules. And they're posted on the house. No spiders allowed, ever, ever. Yeah, but you're right, Brad. The rod run was lacking in really good cars. Now there were nice cars there, and Marie and I did our best to find them and give you an overall look of the nicer cars that were there. And this is nothing against the people that showed their cars. I mean, everybody has a right to show their cars, but it was lacking the years before. It would be car after car after car after car for as far as the eye could see. Well, there are two reasons, of course. We know the pandemic, and also the weather chased a lot of people away. And those guys that have nice cars, I don't blame them. They don't want to. They don't want to get their cars wet, and some of them were really too nice to get in the rain. And so, what they do is they make a decision. They make a calculated decision. Let's just pack up and go home because it's just, excuse me, it's just not worth getting the car wet and having it ruined. The traffic was definitely, I'll agree with you on there. It was probably the worst I've seen that because it used to just be the right lane going in. The looky loos, like me, I get into the right lane with the cameras on the front of the car and on the roof, and I would take video of that. But yeah, there were a lot of people, but they were in all three lanes, so it was very congested for sure. Yes, sir, Crisco. What was your random question, my friend? While he drinks his cup of coffee, I just made a fresh pot of coffee, by the way. I'm really happy about that. If you anytime you want to chime in, just sit next to me. No, but I do like a Monte Cristo. It's a ham, cheese, and what else is there, Chris? Going there, ham, cheese. I think it's Swiss cheese. Ham. It's cooked and toasted, and there's something else I'm missing. Is it pastrami? I forgot now. No, but we do have a Cheddar's up here, and I have not been to the Cheddar's yet. So that may be a reason because a Monte Cristo is an excellent sandwich. Really is. If it's made right. If it's not made right, it's just not right. I'm assuming now you can hear this pretty good. Yes? No? Yes, and there's a dip. That I forgot that there's a dip, a raspberry dip, but some people use an au jus sauce. But yeah, the raspberry dip is the way to do it. Yeah, yeah. It's really decadent. Yeah. Monte Cristo sandwich. Not many people make them, Crisco. Not many people at all. Too many ingredients, and the restaurants don't want to go through the hassle of that. They really don't. But yeah, I may just thank you for reminding me. We may go to Cheddar's, which is right down the street, and we'll check out the Monte Cristo, and then we'll do a review.
You want us to do a review?
If you want us to do a review, we'll go and do it. You just tell me. I don't have a problem with that. If a list of a subscriber asks us to do something, like I've said before, within reason, I'll do it. We both have no problem doing it, as long as it's not saying, fly to East Jabapi and bring a camel back with you. It's like, ain't gonna happen. We got Cheddar's here, but it closed. Remember seeing the Cheddar's in Pigeon Forge? It's still there, and still pretty busy. There's always, there's no restaurant that isn't busy in Pigeon Forge at all. Audio much better, but that program, Brad, if you could really, I could use your help on that, really, because I'm reading a beautiful 80% right now, and I had this set. I'm assuming, and you know what happens when you assume. Do you know what happens when you assume? And no, you make an ass out of you and me. That's that's an old one. That's an old one for sure. Let me get comfortable. I've got my sweat clothes on today. I feel really good. My wife is next to me. Hello. Oh, you're not my wife. Oh, God, you better go. She doesn't know what to do with me sometimes. But I feel right at home with the mic being right in my face. Oh, 15 years of doing this. Spittle on the microphone. Yeah.
I don't bother him though.
No, you don't bother me. Why would you bother
No,
me?
I mean the last years that you were at that radio station.
No, you left me alone. Let me do what I have to do what I have to do. She would always be there. I'd be doing my shows and stuff, and I just do what I do. That's why when you see the videos and you see me go up, you don't ever see her go with me because she's so shy. She doesn't like doing that stuff. I don't have any problem walking up to a car and start talking to somebody or just pulling somebody over in the street. It's what I did. It's for years, and it's fun. My goodness, did you see some of those interviews with those people? Who was that? Brenda and Don Long, and there was Judy Lee and Jimmy Lee, and I'm trying to think of some of the other people. No one approached them. We were walking down the street, and hundreds of people walked right by the car, and they go, "Oh, nice car, nice car, nice." Nobody talked to them. Well, I want to know. I want to know more. Tell me about this car. It's a beautiful car, and gladly, openly, and I know we got a lot of viewers. I'd like to see more chatters in here, though. I really would like to see a lot more chatters. But the viewers out there, thank you for viewing in. I appreciate that. Man, the numbers are going up. Crisco, have you noticed the numbers? Numbers are really going up. One of the videos went 1,200 just in 3 days, and that's a big deal for me. Like I told you before, I didn't know from when we had no viewers at all and no subscribers. You guys were the ones that came along, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
I really do.
We were out there in the streets. We were waiting for somebody to tap our shoulders or tap.
Yeah, we were hoping that one of you guys would tap our shoulders and go, "Hey, it's me." And I waited how many days? Stanley, I looked at your trucks today too. I went to your site and I reviewed your truck. You got some work ahead of you on some of that stuff, but you definitely are. I like the fact you're into it. I wish I had the. I used to have so much room and the big garage that I could tear into. I don't have it anymore. I'm on the tip of a mountain, you know. And Larry and Jason, a whole bunch of them. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Crisco. it sometimes makes me wonder, and I'm starting to use the analytics, but I'm also using my own analytics on what is popular and what is not popular. And I'm starting to get a handle on it and what I think this channel's direction should take, and never be surprised if I make a right turn right in the middle of the road with this thing. I'm going to go where it's popular. I'm going to do what's popular, and I'm going to do what's good for her and me. So we're always looking, and I'm never afraid of change. Never. You know, while everyone else is doing the same thing and they get stuck in a rut, Jeff doesn't like to be in a rut. And you know, when you dig your ass into a hole, the only way to get out of it is stop digging and start filling. So I'm getting better at this, and you know, I don't like being a horse. This isn't new to me. I'm not a stranger to it. I'm just strange to this, to YouTube, but doing what I'm doing, what you see, I've done for years. So I feel comfortable in front and behind the camera. But YouTube, it's all the laws, all the things you've got to abide by. Nobody ever told me what to do when I was doing TV and radio. Nobody. Usually I got them fired if they started hassling me, because as long as I'm bringing in the money, in radio and the television station, the owner and the general manager, I was their best friend. You know, as soon as you stop making money, you're out the door. As long as I'm making them a lot of money, no one will come in the room. The program director and the other general managers, they knew to stay out of my studio, not even come in and talk to me. Don't look me in the eye. Don't No, it never was that way. It just, I had freedom to do what I want creatively, and this is what I'm doing now. I love the freedom of the video. This is great. You've got it too, Crisco. You do anything you want on your place. You do anything you want. You want to talk about food, you talk about food. You want to talk about Bo, or you want to talk about Mamie, you go right ahead and do it. That's the nice thing about YouTube. It's you just can do what you want, but never get in the rut. Never go into the rut. As soon as you think you're getting in a rut, do something different. You did. You started doing the food reviews, and I told you that was a good idea. That was excellent, because I watch all the time, and I go, I had that, I ate that already, I remember that, I know, and yeah, I agree with you on them. On most of them, some of them just don't. Some agreed, Crisco. Some of them are so bland. Yeah, yeah. But Brad, and Dan too. You know, chime in. What's nice, I can read the screen now. I've really started to master this Streamlabs OBS. It's just, I guess. Oh, that's what I forgot to say before. My mind is not on speaking terms with my mouth sometimes. When I loaded this last week and the microphone was crystal clear, I assumed that when I turned it off, the settings would stay where they were. Clearly, they don't. And there is no button that I could see that says Save Settings after you make a change, which that could be a glitch on their part, or if I'm missing it, Brad, let me know, because if there is a button that I can save the settings, that would be great, because I will clearly, the microphone could use a 20 dB boost, and it would probably be the cure to it, but I just can't get to it right now. If I could just sit there for a few minutes, I would find it again. Soon going to see a bunch of LSU stuff. I bet next Saturday. There you go. Rita Meredith. I'm a new subscriber. We met Friday at the Rod Run. We were with, oh, hi, you were with Stacy's Country Cooking and Adventures. I got corrected on. See, even you did it. Even you did it, Stacy's Country Cooking. I tell her I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mispronounce. I knew it was Stacy's Country Cooking and Adventures. And Hank and Rita, it's always good that you're there. Thank you. I love it. Oh, I love seeing new chats. Oh, I can't wait for the day I could see all your faces. I thought I should be able to save it, but Brad, I played with it so many times. Where am I missing it?
Well, Dan always have trouble too with his camera.
Dan, I didn't know you had trouble. Really? What are you using?
The Streamlabs.
No, no. Is Dan? Are you using Streamlabs too? Oh yeah. The camera never gives me a problem. It's the audio that gives me a grief. I don't. OBS is, and Brad, you were right. OBS is a little too. There's too much you have to do to get one little thing done, and that's, yeah, I can drag myself through that, but it's a pain, and then I get confused because I go, where did I leave off? Streamlabs at least is a little easier, but I think there's a few glitches in it, but they've been up for years. I mean, this is a common program. If you know of another program that does all the bells and whistles that I've got here, I'll try it. I'll try it. Stream Yards? I've never heard of that. How do you find that? Dan says he uses Stream Yards. I've never heard of it. Does it have the ability to do the things that? Oh, I can't now. I can't. I'm so comfortable. I don't want to move. This couch is so comfortable. I can't. It's. I should just sleep up here, honey. Can I sleep up here? No. I just felt a knife go in my ribs. You know your coffee's way over there. I made you a fresh pot of coffee, and I make good. Um,
Dan said that we can go to Knoxville and check out the mountains or something.
yeah, I need to probably. We need to jump in the car and go through Knoxville a little bit more. And Brad, you said you. I think you could say them as a scene.
Johnson City is the closest for you, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's an hour away. That's still an hour, which is okay. I don't. Um, just have to make plans to be able to go, hang around there, probably get a hotel, and go around there for a day, maybe two. I don't want to be away too long because of the animals, and that's the. It's not because I
You got raccoons.
the raccoons. They have to be fed every night. I'm sure they'll be banging on the door shortly. There's 12 to 14 raccoons every night. And then there's Rosie Bear, who comes up and she expects to have her porter steak every night. Porterhouse steak. Porterhouse steak. A bear that
She
eats it.
got me startled. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, I was outside. I was sitting in my obligatory rocking chair. There's a whole stream of rocking chairs there, but one is mine. One is where my butt sits. I'm sitting there. I'm on YouTube. I got my coffee. And I'm going down. And Rosie had been sitting there for, I don't know, half hour eating birdseed. And she doesn't bother me. She's only about 10 feet away from me. And she's
You
just blah,
didn't
blah.
even tell me.
No, well, because I didn't think of it because, it's Rosie. She comes out the door and Rosie goes, ooh, picks her head up. It scared the hell out of her. But Rosie don't bother me. Rosie, if you go to the videos and check it out. Rita, you need to go check the videos out on our site. And you see how Rosie Bear comes up all the time. She's either at the door here, she's at the door in the front. I'll be hosing down the decks, and she just comes up right behind me, and she startles me sometimes because I can hear her go, and I'm thinking in my mind either it's a pervert with a trench coat on or it's a bear. So what are the odds that a pervert would be up here in the mountains? Slim to none. Slim to none. So it's a bear. So Rita, um, I had fun meeting Stacy and the whole crew. You had a whole bunch of people. You had a posse. I don't have a posse. This is my posse. Yeah. Toots. Toots is the posse. Oh, God. Dan, so, you got me interested. Let me just pull this away for 1 second. I don't want to get too far away from my coffee.
Prisco said that what was your inspiration for starting your YouTube channel?
Boredom.
Boredom.
Absolute
Yeah,
boredom.
that's right.
Absolute boredom.
I would agree with that.
I'd been almost 5 years away from the microphone and from the camera, and it just, I got my rest in. I collected myself, and I felt I'm up here. I did a heck of a lot of work on the cabin. I rebuilt the basement in here. This When we got the cabin, it didn't have a basement. It had a dirt floor with rocks, and because it's built into the mountain, so it was a dirt floor with mountain rocks, and they weren't they went down deep. There's a cave up here too, but I covered it up, and it went back, and all sorts of howling and screaming were. I covered it.
That part.
That's not true. Get your
Are you
coffee.
confused?
No, I'm just kidding. Remember, most of the stuff I say is It's BS anyway. There's always truth in everything I say, but you have to sift through and find where the truth is. To get back, yeah, just look at her face. She knows when it's like, ah, here he goes again. Here goes the idiot again. Reedy, you had a nice posse there, and that impressed me. It's still a posse. It was great. All these guys, if you can picture this, all these golf carts are surrounding Stacy's country cooking and adventures. All are surrounding, and I go, "What's going on here?" And I go, "The face looks really familiar." She recognized her immediately, and I go, "Oh my God, that's." Oh my God! I started crying like a schoolgirl, just whimpering. I wanted her autograph, But I was impressed. I go, I haven't seen anybody. I've never seen another YouTuber, and I go, wow, that's Stacy, and that's very cool. And we talked and we chat for a while. It was very cordial, and I enjoyed that very, very much. And I'm glad she's a subscriber. We're a subscriber. I hope, and you obviously all are. And this is how we grow. I can't emphasize this enough that we've got to help each other because not one of us has this super magic thing that's going to make us go to the top, and we got to just keep pushing each other along. When one of us falls down, we got to say, "Come on, let's go. Let's go, silly. Get up. Let's get up. Let's do something different." More YouTubers should get together. More YouTubers should collaborate on something and become stronger together. There's strength in unity, folks. It's I know an old saying, but it is true. But Brad, I want to know more about Streamlabs, but I'm interested that Dan said that this other one, this StreamYards.
Well, don't mess with it right
All
now.
right, now I'm going to turn it off. That's it. The stream is ended. She gets all wound up when I'm talking about something. She thinks I'm going to do it right away. No, I'll do that probably after we sign off. I'll start monkeying. Don't be surprised to see the stream come back on again. And today I had for hours, I think it was 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock, I had the stream on live. I had music going through it. I checked the microphones. I checked the video. I did all the crazy things. You know how much time I spent on this? Like here. All right. Look at that. I think you can see that. I think you can see that. And then I'm back. And I can go. I like having the dual screen, which I'm assuming all of them. Can't hear you go.
What to say now?
Hi, Larry. I had to read down. Finally figured out how to get the screen to get bigger because we're both blind as bats here. I don't know why you can't hear us. Everyone else can hear us. So you need to go to the little speaker on the right side of the bottom of your screen. Make sure it's turned on. Or there's also one on the left. That's coming through. I'm sure. They would have said. See, there's Larry. I just got him. Hey, Larry. Okay, you can turn that down. She gets distracted by watching and listening to me on the screen, and it's just I don't usually I watch my videos after I'm done editing them, and that's it. It's time to move on.
I get entertained when he works.
Well, thank
I
you. I
am just
appreciate that.
a viewer.
And I appreciate that. So I put these in here. Tell me, Crisco, tell me what you think. I'm switching this just so you can see it, and it's I'm gone. Oh, we're back, and we're taking an intermission, and then of course there's oh look be right back. Isn't that cool? And then this is what I had on all day with music playing on it. That and there was music going through the whole thing. And then you just come on back. You'll bloop, and there we are, just like that.
Okay, so Dan switched to his phone and can hear us, but cannot hear too good on the laptop.
Um, then definitely one of your volumes is too low, and there are two volumes. There's the speaker volume, and then you have to go into settings on the left side under your menu and go to your sounds. And I did all that already for this thing. That's why I don't understand why this is not as loud as it was last week. but I will find it. But Brad, I could always use help. Okay, I really can use help on this.
Crisco said, "What are your favorite things to do in Gatlinburg?"
I like driving around. I know she does too. We like looking. We're people watchers for sure. I love looking people. Then I like to talk to them. If I find somebody who looks interesting, I like to talk to them. And the touristy thing, we've been to almost all of them, and they're just touristy places, and they're fun to go to. If you haven't been to them, do go to them. At least see them. But I love Anakeesta. That's one of my favorite places. I know it is for her, and they're growing in leaps and bounds. So I highly recommend, if you're coming up to the Gatlinburg area, by all means go to Anakeesta. It's a very cool ride up the mountain on a ski lift chair, very comfortable. Or if you're afraid of heights, they have the gondolas, the enclosed things, which helps out if you're scared. I'm a scared. I'm so scared. She was scared, but now she doesn't mind it so much. And it's a great place to go. They've got a restaurant up there, a bar up there. They got an ice cream parlor up there. They got a hot dog stand. They got a beer stand, and they have all these cool things that you could go and see all on the top of the mountain. They got the mountain slide ride. So yeah, go to Anakeesta.
And they have a band playing at night.
Yeah, they got a band playing at night.
Daytime or
Both time, day and night there. They really have they figured out how to keep the people there, because you wind up staying there for hours and hours because there's so much to do up there. Um, Thank you, Brad. Yeah, please. I forgot to do that, and I will put it on this screen next time. I'll put on the videos. My emails, jeffreycharles55@yahoo.com.
Yeah, they do have a shuttle too in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm. They got a show. It's not the Good Time Charlie thing. Good Time Charlie. It's another. It's their version. Good Time Charlie. Yeah. Crisco, you remember Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues? I forgot who did it. Was that Merle Haggard? No. Going back to the country days. Bluegrass. I listened to. I ran most of it. We had bluegrass. I used to do on the station on Friday nights. We had these people that lived in Maggie Valley, Karen and the boys, and they'd come in and do a live show every Friday night. The parking lot was filled with pickup trucks, and everyone was do-si-doing at the radio station. It was great. In the station, out in the parking lot, because they did the stand-up bass, the big bass, the big tall one, and the fiddle. Karen, I believe, played the fiddle, and I can't remember the other guys, but they had guitar and the drums.
Rich
And
Rumbler. That's what Dan said.
Rich Rumbler.
Rich Rumbler.
Rich Rumbler. Is that what they call the trolley up there? That's cool. I never saw that. Ridge Rumbler. Cool. Bluegrass, yeah, I happen to like. Oh, now of course I can see her face, but I can't think of her name. I'll think of it in a minute. Female, I love her voice, and just she's. I'll listen to some bluegrass. I can't take too much of it, just like I can't take too much of anything. I don't listen to all 100% rock and roll, but I have a huge collection of music, and it goes from classical music to R&B to country to rock and roll to aesthetic music. Some of the stuff you may have heard earlier, new age music and stuff. I listen to it all, and I have it all here, and I have all these thousands and thousands of CDs. And once in a while, I'll just pull one out just to hear it, just to listen to it, because I don't toe any particular line for music, and because there's so much out there. Um, Always fun to sit and holler at the old smoky moonshine and listen to the music. Yeah, I don't drink anymore. When I was younger, I used to drink. I don't drink anymore. I have no desire to. I don't. I think I said on the video. I don't need alcohol to make me stupid. I've already reached the pinnacle of my career.
Being stupid.
Yeah. Da da dee da. Doing videos all over the place. You went to there was another place you went, another historic place. Pickney? Was it Pickney or Pickney? Need to check out Dan the Mountain Man. He goes all over the place. Dan goes every. It's hard for us to just get up and go because we have this responsibility here: the cabin, the raccoons, the bear, and just it's we could, depending on what the future holds, then we'll be able to start doing some real traveling again. But right now, this is where we are, and there's a lot to do here. And don't forget, Crisco.
Somebody said that we can go to Maggie Valley.
Yeah, Maggie Valley.
Somebody suggested.
Yeah, somebody suggests we were just up Maggie Valley not too long ago, and which is right there in Cherokee. It's a nice place. It's a lot like here, only it's got less to do than here. That used to be Maggie Valley used to be the Pigeon Forge of the Northern Carolina mountains, but here it's obviously Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, it's Charles Picnic.
Charles Picnic. I enjoyed that. I love old historic houses. I used to always go most of the time by myself when I was up in New York. I lived up in New York. I'd go to all these places just to see them. Went to the Vanderbilt Mansion and Madison, James Madison, and Andrew Taylor's house. And I love the old houses. I love the Revolutionary War period. That is very. I know a lot of people are into the Civil War thing. It's all right. I've studied on that. I've read on it, but I'm really drawn to the Revolutionary War, where our forefathers came from. That is truly a special time in our history. So it always draws me. I've got lots of books from that era. Maybe sometime I'll show you the library. Not right now, though. I don't want to get my fat butt off the couch. But I got a lot of original books from the 16 and 1700s and stories and stuff. And I collect books. And I can only fit so much in here, though, because what you can't see is that wall there all the way around. You're just seeing this where the couch is. But there's books lined up, all different ages and stuff. Got a breviary. Who knows what a breviary is? Who knows what a breviary, or some people call breviary, but it's a breviary. Who knows what a breviary is? Oh, Brad, you had people of the Revolution. That's very cool. I didn't, and that's cool. Brad says I have some cool family history traced back to the Revolutionary War. I would love to sit and chat with you on that. I would love that. That's so my favorite time. It was a rugged time. Those men were rugged. They came to a new land there was no Pigeon Forge, there was no McDonald's, there was no Cheddars, there was nothing. They came here with nothing, and they made something from nothing, and that's truly adventurous. That to me is the way I love life that way, adventure, and so that draws me in. And yeah, I'd love to know more, Brad. Really, we need to obviously get together. We need to get together and chit chat. And I'll make coffee. If you don't drink it, that's fine. Water. I don't keep soda in the house, but if you let me know what you do drink, I'll get it for you. But I never have soda in the house. Always have water. Always have cold water in the refrigerator for people, for guests. And tea, if you like tea. Ew, I'll have a spot of tea. Tea and coffee. Coffee, I would definitely sell her to the Arabs for some Arabica coffee right now, yeah.
What was Brad was saying that he's seen the island pond in Charles Picnic was drained for repair and upgrade.
I guess they're doing some work on that place. It's a really, really pretty place. I like that a lot of towns take interest in their history and they restore these older homes. I don't like when, excuse me, when city or the county commission or city commission had to tear down an old dilapidated building for new progress. And being I know a lot about city commission and county commission, don't believe their BS, all right? They use flowery words, and all it really comes down to is that somebody's getting money from somebody somewhere. You follow the money, you'll find out why they're tearing down old buildings, old historic buildings that should be on the National Registry. There was a place, do you remember what was that, in Dade City? The old theater. There was this place in Dade City, this cute little old town. It was the old theater. It was the very first movie theater, and before it was a movie theater, it was a playhouse from the early 1800s. And the original stage was still there, the curtains were still there. You could tell the way it was designed. It kind of looked a lot like the Ford's Theater that Lincoln was killed in. Very ornate, very purpley, kind of like here. A lot of velveteen and stuff like that. And it was a beautiful old
It
building.
still was working.
It was They used it as a movie theater. They actually put a screen up, and they used to have movies there all the time. Well, one of these low life attorneys, the ambulance chasing attorneys, won't mention his name or anything. Him and some of his buddies wanted the property because it was $1 million piece of property. It was right where 301, the main highway, was going to be widened, and they were going to put up a super Walmart in. And this piece of crap, he bought the place, and in midnight, everyone would say, "No, we want the theater to stay. It's a historic theater. We have plays there for the children and everything." Everyone loved it. That clown at midnight, I'm not kidding you, had the bulldozers come in and bulldoze the building down. And that morning when I was going to work, it was already gone. The building was a pile of rubble, and that historic building was gone. Excuse me. They did run his ass out of town because they caught him screwing around with a whole bunch of people, wives. This guy was a real loser, and I'm assuming he's in prison somewhere
We
now.
need to pause and
I'm not pausing for any. What do you want to pause for?
no, just thank the viewers.
Oh, thank the viewers. Okay, I thought we're not going anywhere. We lost 20 minutes of these. Oh, sorry. We lost of these nice people. Our friends out here. Thank you for all of you who came on tonight. I can't thank you enough. It means a lot. I think about it. When I left the Rod Run last night, I just think about how cool you guys are. That you subscribe to us. Rita, Dan, Crisco, Brad, um, and Larry,
And all the viewers out there.
all the viewers that are watching now. Just come on in. Don't be shy. This is our living room. Thank you that you decided to come on to this station. There's a lot of people doing live stuff out there, and there's everybody always doing a live show. I hope we entertain you with something, and
Yeah, and we are lucky that they chose to talk to us.
yes, always lean to the microphone. She's never been in radio or TV or any, but she's a superstar. She walks around, she gives the parade wave. Oh, oh.
Bye.
She's still shy of the camera. She's still missed it last week. Got busy and forgot about it. Oh, okay. That's okay. Look, I went through. I openly wept because where's Brad? I openly wept on the deck, and then I went through a personality change completely that night. Yeah, we've met. We met the other night, Crisco. We were at during the day. We were at the Rod Run, and there was Stacy's Country Cooking and Adventures, and she was there, and I was so excited that I saw somebody that was like, wow, this is people that I watch. I can't wait to see all of you guys.
And there was this guy, Jason, that was
Uh huh.
wanted to meet us, but it was already late
Yeah,
when he decided to.
we were looking for each other, but it's one of the things. There's so many faces in that crowd. It's really hard. You're trying to look, and I'm also trying to shoot the video, and I'm going, where are they? Where is he? I don't know. We'll bump into each other. I know we will. Brad, I know I'm going to bump into you. We are going to get together. I need your expertise, oh my God, your computer knowledge. I know how to get around it. I am not a whiz at it. I can work my way around it. But you being an IT guy, you can help me do this, and I would be so happy if you did that. And you, Brad, you enjoy the smaller channels, yeah, because some of them are really up and coming. So, like this one, this is just a little tiny little channel. I mean, I'm not PewDiePie. I'm not Brian G. Johnson or what was it, Casey Neistat or anything like that. But they all started from nothing, and it's just a matter they slipped into the right stream, and the wind took them away.
Dan, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan. And I'll be looking for some of your newer videos. Do some more of your cooking videos. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that sausage. That was I can't remember the title of it, but it looked like something you would like. Oh, that was good. That looked good. You got my mouth watering on that one. I go, damn, I want some of that right now, right now. Won't be down to Tennessee for a bit, but sort of. Okay, remotely is fine. Yeah, okay. Remember my email address. I'll try to post it on the next video, but it's Jeffrey Charles 55 at yahoo.com. And I will be putting it on any video I put up for anybody who wants to get a hold of me or get a hold of Marie. It's fine. Video every Saturday. Okay, I'll remember that. I didn't know that you had them labeled that way. Yeah, one thing I'm not real, what's the word, I'm regimented for. I know in YouTube they have the list where you can do, what is it called? Not list or it's where you can list. I forget what that's called. Where you can like I talk about cars on this one. I talk about hotels on this one. I guess it's list or whatever they call it. Somebody help me out there. An acute case of stupid just hit me. But they're I'm not real religious about doing that because I know you got to go in there and you've got to like do all this typing. You got to put all this stuff in so people can categorize what they're looking for. I will do it. I'm just so busy right now, and I'm trying to get this all together. And it's fun. It's difficult. It's a little stressful, but not bad stress. Good stress, and that's okay. That's okay. It's when it's bad stress that affects me, and I don't like that. Not at all. Brad, on the you were talking about the smaller channels. Who have you found that is an up and comer? Are there any out there that I've missed? Because I'm always cruising through and looking at everybody's channel, and usually you can tell right away if it's good or not. And but I give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll look at their video. I'll go through the whole thing, and then I'll go, okay, this is interesting. And I found some real. Today I got one. I can't even remember the guy's name. I did message him, and really good video. I was impressed. The younger guy, obviously, and he was doing a video on the. He's a big trucker, one of those decked out truck. The younger guy did a really super, very fancy with all the.
DR440.
Is that who it is?
Is that what he is?
Maybe.
Hello, just dropping by to say hello. Hope all is well.
DR440. Are you the one that did the truck video? DR440? And you're watching our. Hopefully, you like our rod run videos. God, I've seen so many rods. I know we have. I love them. I just love them. I wish there were more. I wish I could have gotten more videos in there. But I have a lot of videos in the can waiting, but I'm not going to produce any more of those for this year. I think I already have
Thank
it.
you for dropping by.
Thank you. And Brad, you said Jason Stone. Yeah, Jason. He's really come a long way. I've been watching him. I know she has too. We've been watching him for
Quite a while now.
a year or two, at least a year for sure, and he's really come a long way. I tip my hat to him. He's been through some bad times.
Then the true crime channels. I watch that too. The true crime
You
channel.
like the true crime? She's always doing that stuff. You watch all of those, right?
The true crime.
Yeah, she's always on that stuff. If she's not watching that, she's watching ninja channels. Right? Watching the Korean ninja channels, Chinese ninja channels, Japanese ninja channels. That's why I had to have separate TVs all over so that I could watch what I want to watch. She could watch what she wants to watch. Because the ninja thing, it's all right, but when they're in another language, I mean, it's.
And then we watch Stanley Speeds. I watched his videos too of his how he cleans up.
Oh,
He
the
cleans
trucks
the
and stuff.
trucks.
Yeah. If I'm not Stanley, you still with us, right? I think he is. I'm really glad I could see that far. That's really nice. I could just sit back and relax. I don't have to
Yes,
go far.
DR440 said yes, the videos are good. I mostly do car mod videos.
I thought so. I guess so. That was you. Is are you the one that did that really cool truck video today, or at least I saw today? Um, it starts out with the very up. What do you call it? The electronic or contemporary music, heavy beat, and you're chopping away. You're doing L cuts. You're doing L cuts and J cuts, and very nicely done. They segue into each other. I hope that was you. I was really impressed by that. And then you did some talking. There's some talking. Then you're under a garage somewhere. I'm assuming that you're over by TGI Fridays under the bridge. That's at least what it looked like to me. It was excellent. It was such a good video. I was impressed by that. I like when people keep pushing the envelope, video wise, trying different things. Because, what's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to look like crap. If you don't like it, just delete it. Go back, take out that piece, and redo it. But you're not going to know till somebody looks at it, because you're your own worst critic. And, I know I am. So at least I have to use her, or I use you guys as a soundboard, viewing board. Because if you like it, you'll let me know. If you don't like it, usually there's a cricket in the room. Beady, beady, beady. Oh, Brad, he followed the true crime a bit obsessively while working on podcast. Okay. You got a podcast? What is your podcast? I'd like to check that out. And what is it that you talk about on your podcast? I'll check that out. I didn't know. Brad Lucas has a podcast, folks, and we're going to tell you all about it. That'd be nice. Obsessively working. You're one of those workaholics, aren't you? Yeah, I could imagine. Oh, I could relate to you, mister. I could relate to you. Oh, you listen to podcasts. Okay. I thought maybe you had a secret that you were going to share with us. I thought of doing a podcast, but I don't have the patience for that, and it really takes commitment because you really got to do it. You got to do it religiously. In order, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I'm not sure which one that would be. I haven't put out a video in a while. It's mostly cars and tools. I know I looked at you today. I looked at so many videos today. I'll look up his videos. Dr. Doctor 4. Is it Doctor 440 or just Dr. 440? I like the Doctor 4. Doctor 440. Doctor 440. Emergency room. Doctor 4. I like that. Crime podcasts. Are there a lot of those crime podcasts? I didn't know. I don't usually cruise the podcast circuit. Okay, I remember that one up on top there. So um, you do the modifications. Man, you've got an art there. Oh no, Brad, you don't. There's definitely not enough time to do a podcast. You have to really put 24/7 into that stuff because you got to prepare. You got to get guests. I don't have time for that. But doctor, I'll call you doctor. Doctor 440. Doctor 440. I like that. It's yeah, I like your site. Crisco, go to this. Check it out. Doctor 440. DR 440. 70 Dodge Charger project. A barn find. Isn't it cool to find a car in a barn? Isn't that unbelievable? that's like a gift from heaven, isn't it? Ooh, you hear the angels and the light comes down from the crowds and it shows you that car that you've been looking for, or maybe you just stumbled on it. Nothing like it. Just put DR440 for short. Okay. Doctor 440. What does the DR stand for? Is it doctor? Okay, yeah. Doctor 440. I like the DR. That it flows better. DR 440. I like it. Got a good ring to it. Got a flow. I like that. Did you guys did you all get to see Saturday's video, Saturday night video of Pigeon Forge Rod Run? Did you check that one out? On that video, there's this guy that has. I try not to laugh hard because it was so funny, but I realize how serious it is. He has these bar stool go karts. Uh, bar stool go karts, and they are the coolest. DR440, check it out. It being you know how to do this stuff. This is so cool, and it's an idea that nobody is, at least nobody to my knowledge, is doing. And I told the guy this on video because he looks like a nice guy. Him and his dad, he built these things. He put these things together. He modified them. DR, he's got one that has a Hemi motor on it. I'm not kidding you. It's got a Hemi motor on it, and it's got ground effects. Yeah, it's a little go kart. It's like smaller than a go, but he calls it bar stool go kart. It's got a cooler on the back with a beer tap. It's got everything. It even has a GPS on it. Hello, where you going to lose your go kart? Where you going to lose your bar stool? But I thought of it. I watch all the Rod Run videos. Drooled over the orange. Yeah, the Road Run. I know which one you're talking about. In between the two project cars, that Roadrunner that was sitting there, or there was a couple, but there was one that was sweet, and it was kind of like a sleeper. Because remember the one you were asking about had the rot, and it needed to be completely redone. I told you had to sandblast it and stuff. And in between it was that Roadrunner just sitting there going, woo, this is a sleeper. Nobody can see this in between this. Not, I'll just call it junk and junk, and then there's a diamond. It was right there. I'm sure that got sold because it wasn't asking too much for it. And it was in real. That was a real original too. Dr. Did you go to the? You didn't go to the Rod Run. You really need to go. Brad Lucas at Brad Lucas. I need to go there. Yeah.
Brad liked the Trump store.
The Trump store was a trip.
Wants to go there.
Yeah, it's a very different place. I had to go there. It wasn't on our agenda. It just we were there doing videos, and all of a sudden, go look. There's a Trump store. Let's check it out. Let's do a video. And we did a separate video on that. Did you see on Saturdays? I was impressed. In fact, I'm going to take that video clip, but I'm probably going to use it a lot. On Saturday's video, the gentleman that I interviewed, he was on the back of his pickup truck, and he had all the flags, the Trump flags, the American flags, and he had all the Trump shirts on and stuff. He made, and I don't remember the words, so I'm not even going to try to repeat what he said, but he only spoke maybe 30 seconds, and what he had to say in those 30 seconds had so much impact on why people are coming out of the woodwork, why the silent majority is waking up. So if you get a chance, look at that. Yeah, I thought of that too. It's like, I missed the boat on that one. What's this here? Stephen Martin. Where did you come from? Wish I did open one of those. Yeah, I understand it. Could you please say hey to my father-in-law, Jeff Taylor? Jeff Taylor, this is a super shout-out. What time is it? It's a super shout-out. Oh, goodness gracious. He watches you. Oh, thank you. Is he a subscriber? Stephen. Is Jeff Taylor, and he's got to be a great guy. He's got my name, Jeff. What a cool Jeff Taylor. That's a good name. That's a good country singer name. Watches all the time. Tell him thank you much. I love every one of you. You guys are making a dream come true, and it's been something that was elusive for us for a while, because I wasn't sure what direction we were going to go in, and then all of a sudden this happened, and it just kind of it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Brad, the owner will likely make. Yeah, I'm sure they're cashing in on this. When I was there were people scooping up stuff, and I would say that Marie and I were only there maybe 30 minutes, and people coming in and out, and walking out with stuff. Did you see that lady with all the stuff in her trunk? That when she said, what was her name? The lady from the Trump store. Oh, I can't remember her name now. Anyway,
I can't remember.
we're both brain dead sometimes. Absolutely. Anyway, she came up to me and says, "I want to show you something in my trunk." That's how the conversation started. And excuse me, I want to show you something in my trunk. And I told her on video, I said, I know, you're going to get there, you're going to bop me on the head and throw me in the trunk and chain me to a pipe at your house or something. She was a sweet lady. Her last name was Stump. I can't remember her first name because I'm just tired. I'm just a little tired. But she's in the video, and she definitely a Trump fanatic for sure. She had a trunk full of Trump, full. There was so much stuff never seen before, and it was stuff she gathered all over the place. So was that guy from the Saturday video. I asked him if he had gone to the Trump store. He says, I already have all their stuff. He says, I'm looking for more unique stuff. But do please watch that. If you don't watch anything else, just watch that piece of the video where he talks about why he wants to vote for Trump. And he's powerful in his 15 to 30 seconds. I'll even say it was probably he talked only 15 seconds, that most powerful part of the conversation. Crisco, you need to go to that. You got to check that out. Thank you. Thank you. Loved what we had to say. One thing, one thing I never run out of is words. I don't run out of air sometimes, but I don't run out of words because when you're locked in a room, it was either 12 by 12 or 10 by 12 padded room for 4 hours by yourself most of the time, you better come up with something to say. And that's what I did for 15 years. Then I started having guests and stuff because it was like I was bored with myself. And when you get bored with yourself, you need to get guests. That's usually what happens. This is Steve Martin. You got a very popular name, by the way. Not yet trying to get him too used to YouTube. Why not? Is it dangerous? How old is he? I know. I got a feeling he's going to say like he's my age. It's like, time for the old age home. Yes, there you go. Doctor, DR440. Isn't that guy is something else? But what he had to say at the end there, just give me a good job, safe borders, good job, and something, and I'll work my way up. That's it. It was like, don't give me any of this free stuff. Any people out there that expect the government to take care of them for the rest of their lives, you guys need to get a one-way ticket and get out of here because we're going to go broke if you think we can afford to keep you happy. All of us, most of us, worked hard for long, 40 plus years I put into this, and freebie, just free isn't, there's always an attachment to free.
Okay, this is not a political.
No, I know she hates when I go into politics, and that's what my show was.
Yeah.
It was a political talk show, so I have to be very careful because I don't want to make enemies. And listen, whatever your political affiliation is, I respect you, but free is not free. All you got to do is remember that. You earn your freedom. The nurse from Mississippi was cool. Yes. How did you remember her? The Trump. What is it? The mannequin. She was sweet, and I did thank her for her service because when people see that the African Americans are not all bad and all for Antifa and all for BLM. No, there's people of all races that want freedom. They don't want looting in their streets. They just want things right. And by getting violent isn't going to make anything better. Violence begets violence. So all you're going to get, if you burn somebody's place down, somebody's going to burn your place down. That's how it works. So you stop. Get your head out of your ass.
Shout out to
All the nurses and all the caregivers.
all
Yes.
the frontliners.
The frontliners, thank you. Without you, we would be in deep dung. There was a youth support rally for him today. This is DR440 in North Carolina. And never so, yeah. Sometimes I sit there and I listen, and it's not that I'm a big, gigantic Trump fan fanatic, but sometimes he at least makes sense to me that what he's selling is not a bag of snake oil. He really does care about this country, and he's got a lot to lose. You got to look at that side of the equation. He's a billionaire, and he's got all these investments all over. You put in somebody, you put in like the radical left, they're going to attack him first, and you know that. They're going to go after his assets. They're going to take and try to drive him into the ground. And you work hard for something. You don't want some clowns taking it away from you. Stupidity. Carolina, yes. Youth sport, right in Carolina. Sometimes I get to I watch a few. I'll watch a few minutes of the rally in between editing. Either I'm up here or I'm downstairs. The nurse from Mississippi. See the one video. That's from Brad. Has a Rod Run fan. Steve Martin. Oh, he's a Rod Run. Okay. And hope did he enjoyed all the? He enjoyed them all. If I would have known now, if he would have subscribed, I would have had put his name in a super shout out. How do you guys like that silly raccoon and that crazy noise? You want to hear a crazy noise? Where's Crisco? I don't see his face up there. Crisco, you got a crazy shout out noise. I laugh every time Crisco does that. I laugh every time. He's got the goat shout out. I love it. I love it. He's definitely, you go to Crisco's Country Life and check out his site. He is something else. The other party would ruin our way of, yes, and it's not just your opinion. It's a fact. DR 440. It's a fact. Anybody, excuse me, anybody that's got half a brain will see that Sherry Johnson, you guys rock. No, you rock. The fact that you checked in here. Thank you. The fact that I was getting off track here. If you think for a minute that if Biden does get in, he's going to run the country, you're wrong. They're going to invoke the 25th Amendment, say that he's unfit for government, and they're going to put Kamala Harris in, and then she's going to ruin the country. Biden is a puppet. They're putting him in because he's got the face, the name recognition, and people think he's like this good little old, wizened old man that's going to take care of our country. Well, that's all right. I'm allowed to do this. They think he's a wizened old man. The real truth is it's Camilla setting this country up for a fall. She's a power-hungry, crazy lady. And you don't let that person get in. You will be very sorry. Anything you've ever worked for will be taken away from you. And AOC, there's another wacko job. There, Sherry. There, exactly. See? Look. Sherry, I'm already in love with you. Look, she's saying exactly, right? Marie's out, Sherry's in. Now serving. But as far as the Rod Runs videos go, I've seen him this year. Tried to watch some of the other channels, and yet he read my mind. Did you read what DR440 said on the top one there? The Beard Adventure. I'm a subscriber to him. Yeah, watched your videos on the Rod Run. He actually told me about your. Tell him thank you. That was kind.
Thank you, Bearded Adventure.
Thank you. I watch your stuff all the time. I got beard. Before I came up here, I didn't have a beard. I pretty much didn't have much on my face at all, but I always loved having a beard. I enjoy having a beard. And I felt, I'm in the mountains. I'm a mountain man. I'm not Dan the Mountain Man, but I'm a mountain man. Amen, bro. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. We got to stand together, or we're really gonna hang together. There's no doubt. And I'm not ready to do that. My God, I've worked so hard to get where I am, and I'm sure every one of you has. Don't let the crazy radicals take over. Don't let them. Once socialism creeps in, it's like rust. It never sleeps. It's a cancer that never goes away. There's no way to eradicate it. The only way to eradicate cancer like that is you've got to stop it. You can't allow it to get into you. Oh, this is Steve Martin. I switched over to my channel. Okay. The Bearded Adventures. This is Stephen Martin. I switched over to my very. Is that better? Do you hear better on? Hopefully, I promise you guys, I'll get all this craziness figured out with the audio. I don't know. Sherry, is it coming through good enough for you to listen to? We were having some audio problems before, and it's my problem because it's something I'm not doing right. And I don't claim to be a computer whiz. I wish I was sometimes, but it does wreck my brain. It does. Cherry. I'm sorry. Cherry, actually. I like that even more. Now I'm even deeper in love. Cherry Johnson. I like that. Honey, pack your bags. Cherry is here. So Cherry, what did you get to go to the Rod Run, girl? You're in South Carolina. Wow, that's very good. Okay, that's getting further and further away. Sounds great here in South Carolina. How did you guys get a lot of bad weather? I know you had that storm. Sally kind of came through, and I don't know. I felt bad for all you guys. Oh God. I mean, when I lived in Florida, it was nonstop. If it was, there wasn't a it wasn't a tornado. There was a lightning and thunderstorm, or there was a hurricane coming through. I just finally had enough of that. You know, in Florida, 2,000 lightning strikes per minute. I think they were all at my house. They were all at the radio station. We got hit all the time, constantly hitting the towers, constantly hitting those towers, knocking out equipment and stuff. Thousands of dollars in damage all the time. Not this year, but I have in the past. Okay. We should say, well, I like this channel even more. Thank you, Dr. 440. You're in North Carolina, Beard Adventures. I love North Carolina. I like South Carolina. Sometimes you guys in South Carolina, it gets a little hot for me, and I can't take the heat because of my MS, so I have to be careful. Cherry, are you a nurse by any chance? I hear the raccoons fighting. They're fighting up. No, I didn't. Do you want to go feed them?
Yeah.
She's going to go feed the raccoons because they start fighting and they get huffy puffy, as I say. She'll be back in a minute or two. You know what to do. Remember, there'll be 12. We will be able to go outside soon, by the way, and we'll be able to show you the raccoons, all 12 to 14 of them coming up to eat. It's a hoot. It really is. Oh, you headed up here tomorrow. Oh, good for you. Love to meet you. My new wife. Honey, back up. You had rain, but all good here. Okay, I'm glad. Thank God. Thank God. And Bearded Adventures. You're going to try to get to mini truck show over to Maggie Valley in the end of when in end of October is that? Because we may come down that way. I think you were the one that alerted me that. No, sir. Okay, I thought maybe because I had ran into a few nurses yesterday when I was doing some night video, and I'm going, there's a lot of nurses here, a lot of caregivers all over the place. Voting. Yeah, DR440. You really don't know what voting red really means. Remove every Democrat. R-E-D. Are you excited to come up? What, Cherry, what are you going to do when you're up here? Your annual birthday trip. How old are you going to be, Cherry? Let's see how much trouble I'm going to get into. I think she's filling out the divorce papers right now. Oh, there go my clothes. They're out the window. Your annual birthday trip. So, Cherry, where are you going to go? And what are you going to do? There's so much to do up here. There is so much. Bearded Adventure, October 23rd through the 25th. So that's coming up in a couple of, 4 weeks? Yeah, about 4 weeks. All right, we'll try to get there. And that's going to be, is that the one that's going to be in Maggie Valley? Or is that in Cherokee? 56. You're just a puppy. You're just a puppy. Cherry, what are you going to do when you get up here? Anakeesta. Honey, she's going to Anakeesta for her birthday. It's nice. That's nice. and relax. Yeah. Now, there's more to do than just Anakeesta. Do you get to go? Have you driven on the foothills yet? Because you're right there. You go through. You go to the end of Gatlinburg and go to the national forest, and you go right there. Yes, relax. Maggie Valley. Okay, it's a cute little town. I actually once thought I was going to move there, and but this is the place that I always wanted to be, and I'm glad I did. Yeah, parks. Yes, there's so much to do here and relax. You don't have to do the touristy thing. You can just pull over, and often we do pull over on the side of the road, and where the stream is or a river, and we just get out of the car, throw out the blanket, and we'll have lunch, and that's perfect for me. I'm happy. I'm going to be filming and flying. Oh, you got the drone. I love your drones. Oh. I thought about it. Excuse me. I thought about it, but I don't need any more toys. I really don't. DR440. Hopefully be moved up there. Oh, really? About time to make America great again. 1st of November. That would be a great way to start over life again, wouldn't it? Move up here. Jerry, it's on my bucket list. Yeah. A lot of people are moving up here. I'm glad that I moved up here when I did. Richard Rawlings is supposed to be coming again this year. Really? When? It's amazing how much one can find to do up here in the Smoky Mountains to keep busy and not have to venture into Touristville, you know? Yes. Cherry. Yes. Um, you don't even have to spend a dime. Well, for the gas, maybe for your car. And you just drive around. And we often do that. Marie and I will just get in the car, I'll fill up the tank, and we'll go driving somewhere. And she loves driving around, and I do too. I just love seeing the scenery. The scenery never gets old here. All it does is change. Beard Adventures for the mini truck show. Yeah, that ought to be fun. Dare 440. The DJI Spark is a good drone. Yes, DJI makes good stuff. Um, they were pretty much the leader in the drone industry, and they make a nice couple of what is it? The Mark, the handheld one. It's not the tiny, but the medium one. I don't like the bigger ones because they're kind of klutzy, and of course I'm sure they fly better. But the medium one would be perfect for doing YouTube videos because you can get in and get out and get the videos that you're looking for. Cherry does, honey. She does people watching too. You hear me? She can't hear me. She's feeding the raccoons. Cherry likes people watching. Raccoons okay? Okay, everybody. I don't hear them fighting anymore, so that's always a good sign. I use the DJI Mavic. Yeah, the Mavic Pro. That's the one I was. Thank you. I just sometimes I can't. My brain is things. Yeah, make sure she's like my secretary that reminds me of things I need to do. If you're just tuning in, please subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe. And the reason is because shortly, can't do it right yet because I want to find out the legalities of everything before. This way I know what we're up against because I know the copycats out there. I know they're watching. Hi, copycats. How are you? We're going to be giving away some interesting items in the very near future. And all you have to do, there is no purchase necessary. Make this, you have to do the disclaimer. No purchase necessary in order to win. The only thing you have to be is part of this family because otherwise I don't know who you are. So you have to be a subscriber. This way I get your name, I get your email, and then we are going to give away some pretty nice high-ticket items. I've said on one of the videos, it's not going to be koozies and keychains. Not that that's bad for those of you that are doing that. It's just we can do this, so we're going to. We're going to give you things that you could use. Well, I don't know if it's. I don't know yet. I really want to get to 1,000. So if you're thinking about subscribing, it's so simple to there. Everything's mirrored. See right there. There's where the button is. Right there. Go click. Go click. 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 Everybody hit the subscribe button. Once we hit 1,000, we monetize, and you know that. No secret. And then from there, usually your channel takes off as long as you got good content, because you know, of course, you know, content is king. I never plan to change the content of this radio station. You see, the radio's still stuck in my head. Of this channel, of this YouTube station, it will always give you as best of a job that her and I can do. And I will always do my damnedest to give you the best video. I will go that extra mile to get the good video, to get the great audio. Can't prove that by tonight's show, can you? I'm waiting for somebody to say that. I'm new on here, and any suggestion would be the great. Keep doing what you're doing. Do what you feel. This is Bearded Adventures, by the way, for those of you are wondering. I mean, I'm not the guru of YouTube. I just know that what we're doing seems to be working, and people are subscribing. People are coming in. People are commenting. You can see that. It's not BS. It's working, and content is king. So find out what you like, and really what it is. Find out what you like to do, and do it. Yes, Marie, she said. Cherry said, yes, Marie. Cherry or something else. She's going to be 56, and she's coming up here to celebrate her birthday. Isn't that sweet? And going to Anakeesta. Isn't that sweet? That's so good.
And she's asking, what's that? Are you guys in a cabin?
Yes, we're in a cabin. You can see the wood here. This is real. It's a real. The outside are not logs. I looked at log cabins. I don't want to mess with log cabins. And if any of you are thinking of that, think twice before you do. I'm not saying don't do it, but think twice. Cabin needs a lot of work on the outside. You have to do work on the chink. The stuff that's in between the logs has to be repaired, replaced, and sometimes you got to. It's major work, major investment. I went with a complete 100% cedar home. This is all knotty pine on the inside. The whole house is knotty pine from floor. What you see, floor to ceiling, all the way around. And it was a dream. It was just a dream of mine. Yeah, I agree with you. Right, because that's what a spark. It still ignites a big fire when necessary. Thank you, Cherry. Did an amazing job on expose. Thank you. I enjoyed. You could tell I enjoyed doing it. So did she. She had a lot of fun. Thank you, Bearded Adventure. Subscribe. I know you are. Cherry, hopefully you're. I know you're subscribed. You guys are in. Yes, it looks cool. Yeah, it is. It's fun. It's fun. Subscribed at 100 or so. Yes, Brad, you're an early one. I know that. I've been watching your stuff for a while. Same thing with you, Bearded Adventures. I've been. You only have 11 subscribers. What I suggest you do, and this is to everybody, when somebody comments to you, get involved with them. Actually write comment back to them. Look at their videos. Comment on their videos. Become their friend too, because they, like you, like us, we're small. And if we find inspiration in their videos, maybe they'll find inspiration in your videos. And from there, then you'll have 3 subscribers, and then 4, and then from 11 you go to 12 more. I can remember when we had 11 subscribers. I was so happy when we had reached like 10 and 11. I was doing the river dance. You know, the river dance. Da, 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 da. I was river dancing my way to Pigeon Forge, all the way down the road.
Dr. 440 said that their place in Tennessee has issues with carpenter bees.
Yes, I had to.
Isn't it that we saw a house with
Oh, we looked at a cabin that had like 1 billion carpenter bees. You got to watch the wood that they use on these log cabins. The carpenter bees like soft wood. A lot of these cabins are built out of pine. You don't want pine. You need hard oak. And you got to ask these guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Cherry, what is it? A lot of adjustment. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to go back. Wait a minute. Let me go back. I missed part of your conversation. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay. Okay, there it is. Da da dee da 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 dee da. I love being able to do this here. Support. Yes, Cherry, support. You're 100% right. None of you and none of you copycats out there that I'm looking at on my screen to the left over here, none of you are that damn good that you don't need some sort of advice. And that includes me. I'm right there on that. None of you are Francis Ford Coppola, and none of you are Scorsese, whatever his name is, Scorsese, yeah, Italiano, of course. None of you, none of you. You may think you are, but you're not. So take advice from people and use it constructively. Look at your videos really objectively. Look at them as if you're the stranger looking in. If you're entertained by it, then other people will get entertained by it. If you have even a little doubt, a scintilla of doubt, find out where that doubt is and change it before you post it up. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I've deleted videos. Finished product, ready to go. And I said, let me look at it one more time, make sure I did. And then all of a sudden it hit me. This is crap. Boop, hit the delete button, start over. And you're talking 3-4 hours of editing easily. Easily. Use a. Do you have a PC? Do you have access to a laptop or a PC? As he takes a sip of his delicious dark coffee. Very good. You know, I once thought of doing unboxing, but good for you. Good, an entrepreneur. Very good. The unboxing's fun, isn't it? It's like Christmas every day. I love it. The carpenter bees. I'll try to get back to that. The best we had when we first moved in here. There were carpenter bees, and they only go for soft wood. They don't particularly like, because you know, if you've ever seen their front of their beaks there, they it looks like they have a saw. Excuse me. And what you got to do is, it may sound cruel to you, but when they go in the hole, plug the hole, because what they're doing is laying their eggs for next year. And when they pass on, the babies that they put in that hole, excuse me, I don't mean to burp, but it came up and I had to. The babies have whatever they're wired for. They know that that's where they got to keep coming back to and put their babies. So what you've got to do, and I do it all the time, I use silicone, whatever color is out. If it's dark wood, I use the brown silicone. And I see the bee go in, I put the silicone in there, it hardens, and that's the end of the bee. That ends the line. That ends the genealogy of that bee. Sorry, it's my house or you. So, and I'm not going to let my cabin get all eaten up in holes. You just got to get ahead of them. That's the only way. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass for a while. Yes, it is. But you'll do it. You do. Just keep at it. I promise you'll get at it. Yes, Cherry, a lot of adjustment. To making a good channel, it's taught me a lot. Really has. I've learned by making a lot of mistakes, a lot of stupid videos. If you look at some of my earlier videos, they're really sad. But I'm not taking them down, but they were really simple, very embryonic, and I didn't, I've done so much video in my life that I wasn't used to. You got to do different on YouTube. You've got to condense a whole bunch of stuff into 15, 20 minutes and make it cohesive. You got to make sure that people understand what you're doing. I'm usually, it's used to having an hour show or more, and people doing the work for me. Let me go further down. I'm sorry, I'm trying to not get ahead. The unboxing videos, those are so much fun. I've watched so many of those. And it's like, oh, and there's one guy that always does a new tech things. He's always got the latest gadgets and stuff. I can't remember his name right now, but he's always got some cool stuff. Hey, Dano, good to see you. I watched your stuff today. Yeah, I'm like one of these kids. I'm always looking down at my phone now. Goodness gracious. No problem, DR440. Um, Making sure the place isn't destroyed is more. Yes, it is. You've got to stay ahead of them, and they're out there, and you can hear them, and so that's how I go. What's that sound? And it goes, and it goes a carpenter bee. I think I've gotten rid of most of them. I think this season I found two that I was aware of, and they're gone. As soon as I see them, I'll say a prayer for them, kiss them up to God, and let God sort them out up there, because I got to do what I got to do. Yes, say hello to everybody. Say hello to Cherry. Say hello to Dano. Say hello to Brad. I think there's Larry, Stanley. I think Crisco's gone. I think he left. Maybe I missed. Oh, okay, good. Hi guys. Adventures with Dano. Yeah. I liked your Chick-fil-A thing the other day. You did. Yeah, yeah, that's his wife. Hello, Jessica. How are you? It's check out Adventures with Dano. They did a comparison test. I think it was Chick-fil-A and Popeyes, and I'm a Popeyes fan. If I'm going to do it, Chick-fil-A is kind of boring to me. The chicken, because I like a lot of chicken, and we eat a lot of chicken. I prepare it, and she does too. Between her and me making chicken, we've got all the recipes, and they're fun. I just like chicken. We occasionally will eat some beef, and rarely do we do pork. We're not real pork eaters, although I like bacon and stuff. You going bye bye? Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you so much for being here. I was so worried about this. Oh God, I was so worried about this thing, and I want to get this. Brad, I hope you get in touch with me at jeffreycharles55@yahoo.com. Okay, I know you think you're still out there. Oh God, says hi. Okay, says hi. Thank you, thank you. Until later. Good. It's been a good one, my friend. It's been a good one. Yeah, every Sunday, 7 to 9. You guys know chicken is healthy. Yes, as long as you don't get the chicken. Don't buy the cheap chicken. Walmart has Purdue and Tyson. And then next to it they have the cheap chicken. It looks like and I don't mean it to be disrespect, but it looks like Dolly Parton chicken skin. Huge, huge chicken breasts on it. That's bad. Don't go for the. No, I'm just. The reason I say that is because that chicken is pumped up full of hormones and steroids. Do not buy that stuff. It's very bad for you. Go with the Purdue or the Tyson. They don't use hormones, and they don't use antibiotics, and they don't use steroids. Pay the extra 15, 20 cents. It'll help you in the end with your health. Chicken is very healthy. Cherry, yes, we'll be there next week. Are you going to come up for the weekend, or are you coming up earlier, like during the week? And Brad, if you do some StreamYards, oh, I lost that there. If you do some StreamYards, could also video. Oh, really? Why didn't you tell me that before, Brad? Is that if I'm going to go to? I guess I go to Google Store. Is that what I need to do? Go to Google Store and look under. Write this down. StreamYards. Is it StreamYards OBS or is it just StreamYards? Because that's one of the things I wanted to do. I hear the raccoons out there getting shenanigans. The raccoons I call have shenanigans. They play King of the Hill. They run around. I have a fan out there. Oh, that'd be great. It'd be nice to run into you. It would be. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You write down Streamlab? No, StreamYards. And Brad, is you were saying about the video and stuff, user friendly or not user friendly, or Jeff friendly or not Jeff friendly? Sometimes I get so confused, Brad, on all this stuff I have here. It's like, and I have no problem with the electronic hooking things up. And speaking of that, Doctor 440. Oh yeah, Marie is very conservative. She's a very modest girl, and this is the truth. What? I didn't say anything. What? My mom? I've been sued for years. I have been sued so many times in radio. Matt McCormick, my attorney, I had him on speed dial because I would just say anything, and that's what got the ratings up. He'd go, "What did you do?" Because he'd know when my phone call. He said, "What'd you say?" I don't know. He says, "You know, you're not supposed to say that." I say, "I know that. I know that. But my ratings went up 2 points on that Arbitron." He goes, "You're going to get a bigger bill now."
Doctor 440, you don't listen and you do starters.
I don't listen to my attorneys.
Paying
I paid him thousands and thousands of dollars.
crazy.
No, it was what made me successful in my radio career. I had that like Sherry and Brad and stuff like that. Quickly, I was in radio. I had a coast to coast radio station in Florida from Clearwater, St. Petersburg, all the way to Orlando and all that over there. It was called Radio Chaos, where great news, information, sports, and fun come completely out of chaos. And on Arbitron ratings, I was pulling a quarter share. I had 2.25 million listeners at any 15 minutes of any day, a clock. If you take a clock and look at it for 15 minutes, I had 2.2 million listeners at any time during my shift. So I'm used to being sued, I'm used to being death threats, and used to having fun and giving entertainment. I'm trying to. Tr-
Yes,
uh,
I'm not getting used to being nervous.
she gets nervous because the one thing about internet and YouTube and stuff, they don't have too many laws. You just have to. You can't be filthy dirty. You can't say the bad words. No profanity. No nudity. And I don't do that stuff. My show never did that stuff. Never used dirty words. Never used. I never did a Howard Stern show. My show was a little bit smarter than that. I pride myself in being not. I didn't do shock jock stuff. That's just not in my nature to be a shock jock. But it was a popular, very successful show for 15 years, coast to coast.
Judges already know his
Oh,
name.
the judges knew me by my first name. Jeff, what are you doing here again? Well, because the county commissioner said this and that. He said, you're not supposed to do that.
It's a crazy part of our lives that I
Yeah,
don't want to go through again.
yeah. It
But
was
anyway, it's
expensive.
already 9 o'clock.
Oh, is it already?
Yeah.
But we didn't go on till late, so we stay on. What, do you got a plane to catch?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you
Okay.
were.
Well, I was 20 minutes late, so I'll stick around with you for a while because I enjoy talking to our people here. Jerry, you have a personal butcher, and I love. Do you know there's no butchers up here? Can't find one.
Yeah,
Where?
the sausage. What do you call it?
Oh, the Swaggerty.
Slaughter.
It's not really a butcher, but there is a place if you come up here. You've heard of Swaggerty sausage, haven't you? They have the place is right down in Kodak, which is just maybe 8-10 miles heading north, and uh, that's where they make Swaggerty sausage and pork and all that stuff. I think they only deal in pork, so that's the only other problem. I don't know if they deal in beef, but I'd like to stop in there and see it. But you're lucky you got a personal butcher. I used to always go to a personal butcher. There's nothing like having your own freshly cut steaks or ground sirloin for hamburger. There's nothing like that taste, and nobody has that here. God. And Dano, what is it? I'll have to remember that cool guys going live shows. Yeah, please do. Dano, please. Uh, I the problem with most of the shows, they're always on the same time we're on, and so it's like I can't reciprocate and go on someone else's show because they're on the same time. Like all I do is watch it back when it's a recorded feed. But this is the key time to be on, 7 to 9. So if you're deciding to do a show, 7 to 9 is the hot spot on Sundays. What were you gonna say?
Doctor 440 said, "Oh, you were on the radio.
Yeah, I was on. See, a lot of people.
The delivery is smooth."
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I spent my entire adult career doing radio, and I wound up owning 2 radio stations. Um, and that was because one wasn't enough, and I didn't drive myself mad enough, so I had to buy 2. And she knows how crazy I was. Not crazy, crazy. It's just I was infatuated with my craft, and I would run both radio stations. And one was news talk, and the other one was um, a lot. We did a lot of music, but we did a lot of sports as well. And I did country for a while, and it was back and forth. But the news talk was always very popular because that's what my show was based on. And then the music was, for the longest time, I did music of your life. This is music for what's rest of your life, and it was, it was mostly music for the 50 plus crowd. Benny Goodman, Ray Eberly, the Dorsey brothers, big band stuff. And I like all forms of music, and big band swing music is really good, and and that made me a lot of money. Those people are all dead, so anybody who's doing music of your life, you're not making any money because all those people
Hey,
passed on.
Susan's on.
Hi, Susan, my sister.
Yes.
Susan, my sister's on. How did you find out about our live feed? My sister, my crazy sister. My sister, I love her so much. She's just crazy. She's more nuts than I am. Oh God. Thank you, Cherry. I appreciate that. Uh, oh, you're talking Art Coast to Coast. Yeah, we did carry Art Coast to Coast. We also carried Michael Savage, um, Laura Ingram. She was on my station before Laura was on Fox. I also had Rush Limbaugh begged me, and that sounds. I like Rush. Before he was Rush, he was just a little. I think he was in Pennsylvania somewhere. Just a little radio show that was doing news talk. Nobody was news talk at that time, and he said, "Will you do this show?" And he had his people call my people called his people, and then we did the lunch thing and all. And yeah, I put him on, and the deal was that I didn't pay him a dime. I never had to pay Rush Limbaugh a dime. I could proudly say that. And I carried him for years, and that was a long-term contract until I sold the stations, and then then we couldn't carry it anymore. And that was I carried him, Michael Savage, Reagan, Michael Reagan show. God, I had so many talk show places on there. Also had Alex Jones. Wow, talk about the town wanting to burn the radio station to the ground. They wanted to turn my once they wanted to burn that thing down. They didn't like Alex. Alex, of course, no, FCC pulled him off the air. So did YouTube. They pulled him off. You can only see some of his pre-recorded stuff. He's definitely so far to the right. He fell off the other side of the earth. There's the lefties that go to the far left, and then the righties that go to the far right. And Alex is he's really radical. But we carried him because it made money. It did good. So I had to do what was radical. And oh, Dano, that was really good at what you did about the Mayan. You went to the Mayan exhibit, very much into that Mesoamerica stuff, and really interesting. Try to pick. Now, where was that exhibit he was? What state were you? Were you here? Dan, are you still with us? What state was that Mayan exhibit in that you did the video on? Very interesting. That. Jerry, what'd you say? Wait a minute, I missed what she said here. Oh yeah, yeah. I've had more death threats than I can remember. I've had people bang on the door. I had to lock the thing up all the time. I couldn't let people in because it was really just really weird for a while. But I had to do what I had to do. My husband and I love you guys. Well, thank you, Cherry. I appreciate it. What's your husband's name? And Susan. Hi, Susan. It says Susan Larberg. Say hello to your sister. Hi, Susan. You're being heard all around the world. Now my sister's famous. Now she's gonna have to go shopping at Lord and Taylor. That's it. Cincinnati, Ohio. Cherry, what's your husband's name? And I'll give him a shout out too. Art Bell. Yeah. I don't think Art is with us anymore. I believe he passed on, or he's been really. I think he passed on. He had a different show, Coast to Coast. Hi, George.
Hey, George.
Pleasure to meet you, George. And speaking of George, and no disrespect to you, George, has anybody seen Pet Goose George?
Pet Goose Channel.
Pet Goose. It's just called Pet Goose George. Check that out. It is such a heartwarming story of a goose that was abandoned 5 times.
Susan.
You'll like this.
Yeah.
You'll like this, Susan. You'll like this a lot. Abandoned 5 times, and this guy Bob took him under his wing, no pun intended, and he's given him a great home. And Bob has all these animals. He's got deer on his property, raccoons, geese. He's got really every. I said deer. For fear of being redundant, we'll repeat that. But George, it's a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for tuning in. And we really appreciate everybody. You can't, don't know how good we feel that when you're doing this. We went from one person. It was basically Crisco was the first one on the air with us. I don't know where he went, but he's probably taking care of. And Stanley was second, and then Brad, you came in early, and there was Larry. It just makes us feel so good. You're out there. You obviously are liking this, and thank you. And I hope to do more stuff. Like, I want to change this here. Look, I'm so proud of this. Watch your screens, folks. I'm not going anywhere, but watch your screens. Look. Oh, look at that. There's intermission. And then if I have to do a pee-pee break, look. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's it happens like that sometimes. And we'll transition back, and we're back, just like that. And we're back. Thank you for joining us on Radio Chaos. Do you know how many times I started putting these in? I don't know if you caught this on the latest videos. I put the bloopers in because they're fun. The silly things that she says and the silly things I do and say. And I put the bloopers in because they're fun. But how many times I get caught off guard, and I'm ready to say, and thank you for joining us on Radio Chaos, because I've done it for so many years. So basically this stuff was this only, and the video was there because I joined YouTube back in 2006. YouTube came on the air February of 2005. And I started streaming in 2006. I was the only radio like, what's this he's doing? Doing something different. I'm bored. So we streamed, and I've been doing this all along, but not doing what I'm doing with the cameras. It was always just live streaming like this. Never had to worry about that. Did you? I'm going. Oh man, I'm sorry, I missed what did I just see about a personal friend? Where is that? About Art Bell. Oh. Art Bell was a personal hero. Okay. Yeah, Brad, he had some good shows, a lot of UFO stuff, a lot of conspiracy theory stuff, but he was on track a lot of times. You have to admit, his stuff he was ahead of the curve of what real news was, and you could see by the way that news was starting to shift back 5-8 years ago. News was not being news anymore. It was being entertainment with their slant on it. It stopped being, we're going to give you the truth. We're not going to tell you how we feel about it. We're just going to give you the news, and then you decide what you want. That's gone. And art would take it to the limit by giving you news that you never heard anywhere else. And it was really, really interesting fellow. You can still pick up all his old stuff on YouTube. You can actually just type in Coast to Coast Art Bell, and you can listen to all his old shows. He has a lot of conspiracy about the government and aliens being here and contacting us and all that stuff. You know, whether you believe it or not doesn't really matter. It's entertaining. It's like, wow. But some people take it to the limit, you know. I found about your live show. I was telling, this is adventure. Just telling you guys, YouTube. I'm telling you, YouTube is having issues. Never got. Oh, you know, I texted you on that, Dano. Did you ever get back your subscribers that you lost? Because we did. It was like I told you, it was either a month before or many weeks before. All of a sudden, our subscription rate dropped. I mean, that's like, wow, what did I offend somebody? Again. And people unsubscribed. And then within like maybe 6-8 hours, they were there again. They just popped up again. And that kind of alerted me. It's like somebody has that much control over your subscriptions, your subscribers. All they have to do is like erase a few and you're out of business. But Dano, did you ever get them back? Alex Jones is nuts. He's funny, but he is nuts. He really is. Life is chaos. But I'd spell mine, Cherry, I would spell mine K-A-O-S. Because it doesn't fit the call letters. C-H-A-O-S is the proper wording, of course. But I use K-A-O-S. Great news. Information, sports, and fun come completely out of chaos. And there'd be all sorts of sound effects in there and stuff. I had a lot of fun doing that stuff. Nope, still waiting. Wow. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Did you contact them and tell them that you have a problem? I mean, they should look into that. You shouldn't be missing any subscribers for any reason unless they unsubscribe. Then the chance of that. I think you said you lost what 22 in just like a click of a finger, something like that. That's scary. You know how hard you worked for those 22 subscribers? I know you did. Cherry, thank you. Top quality footage. Thank you, Cherry. I appreciate that. I shoot in 4K, I render in 4K, and I upload in 4K, but YouTube is not going to give you 4K. And I explained that in our last show. YouTube is only going to give you 720 at best, 720p. You may get lucky if you have high speed. You may get maybe 920, but you're not going to get 1080. Don't listen to what people say. It just isn't true. All you have to do is go into YouTube and just go into deep into their analytics, and it'll tell you in their disclaimer they're only going to give you 720 or maybe 920, and that's it. But yes, I shoot high quality, 120 frames a second. The 60 Cadillac was a gangsta. DR, you're right. I love those old cars. I love them. I forgot to put. I've had a lot of old cars, and I love the GWs. The gangster white walls are the best. And I was just looking at a picture of my 49 olds. I miss that car a lot. Ventures with Dano. Yes, yes, yes. YouTube. I don't know. They should give in to you. They should find out what the problem is, Dano. I don't know why. 60? Oh, man. He lost 60? Dano, I would definitely be on the roof. I'd be on the deck with the rifle sniping things at that point. Still waiting for interview with Dolly. Susan, Dolly was just here, and we were river dancing on the deck with the raccoons. My goodness, Dolly comes up for lunch all the time, but she doesn't. 30 on Tuesday, 30 on Wednesday. Dano, wow, that's a big glitch. I would not be happy. Hello, good evening, Ningles World.
Oh, wow.
Hey, thank you. Boy, this is great. Good to see you. Thank you. Look, put them on there.
Yeah, I'm already.
Okay, you already checked?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a subscriber. Thank you so much.
very much. Thank you for all your subscribers. D40, use a Lumix G7. That's 4K capable. It's okay to shoot in 4K. It's going to eat up the, I'm sure you're using the SD cards. It's going to eat up the SD cards. You want to get 128 or higher if you can, 256 or even higher. But you don't always want to depend on those cards because even though if you're using SanDisk Gold or Platinum or whatever, they still can falter and you can lose all your video. So don't get too large and put everything on there. Don't trust one little SD card for everything you've ever done. 4K is good to shoot in. It takes forever to upload to YouTube. So if you're doing a video and you're not planning on having that ready in like a few hours, do that. But you can change your rendering rate to 2.7K or maybe 1080p if it's slow, if you don't have a really fast internet. You got to play around with it. That's the only way that you're going to find. If your videos take 2 hours or more to upload, you really need to bring down the quality a little bit, just a little bit. You don't have to give into like 480 or something like that, like an old black and white movie or something like that. Adventures with Dano, you're something else. I feel bad for you, guy. I really do. I would not be happy if I lost 60. That means everything. We're approaching 300 right now, which isn't great, but it sure is. We've only been doing this 3 months. 3 months. At the end of this month, it'll be 3 months. And I think that's pretty darn good for reaching. Our latest videos are 1,200. Which ones? Thursday show is 1,200. All of them are approaching 1,000 right now. So people like you like it. So I guess we're doing it. That's what I was telling you before. Find something you like to do and do it. And your videos will show that in what you're doing. It doesn't have to be all over the place. You could just find something you're good at, something you really like, and make that your craft. Because then people will for sure watch. Cherry, what is it? We love Dolly. Yeah, we all love Dolly. Dolly has made this place what it is. It's a mega. It's a mega mecca of people from all over the place. Okay, good. I feel for you, guy. I really do. I don't have any answers to that. I'm sorry.
And
Jerry likes. He's excited about future Christmas season. Yeah, there's nothing like Christmas in the Smoky Mountains. Nothing like
DR440 says, what internet provider up here?
Comcast.
Doesn't have many options.
No, there's no options here. It's Comcast or you're not on the air. It's real simple. I don't like monopolies. There should be some competition in this town. There should be other people here that give me a better or at least equal. Let me make that choice so that I can choose the internet provider I want. Jerry, yes, I know. Do what makes you yes, Jerry. Do what makes you happy. Dano and everyone else that's watching, Ingles and all that. If you're doing a video you don't like doing, don't do it. Stop, stop, stop. Cease and desist. I got enough of those letters. I got them stacked up like cordwood. Cease and desist. Oh, the radio days. My attorney go crazy. Do if you're not doing. Is that Where's Valley? Yeah, yeah. Where's Valley is beautiful. Maggie Valley. No, DR 440 is that Where's Valley.
No, Seymour.
Seymour. Oh, okay. Just loves the Christmas place. Yeah, that's like a there was a place where I used to live in Florida. It was called the Christmas House. It's no longer there anymore. They're out of business. But they were a lot like this. It was just 24 hours. Only it was Christmas House, wasn't it? Something like open every day but Christmas. No, the one in Dade City.
Oh, Christmas place.
Christmas place. It was called an open every. I did their commercials. I did all their commercials. Open every day except Christmas. The only day they ever closed down. Where's Valley in the most beautiful? Yes, it is. Yes, that's why we're here. That's why we love it. It's high enough in the mountains where it's not too ungodly high because if you go above the 2,500 foot level, you're going to be snowed in and you won't be able to get out. So you got to stay under 2,500 feet. Remember that if you're going to buy a cabin, stay under 2,500 feet because they closed the roads up there in Gatlinburg. They shut down most of those roads, so you're stuck there until they decide to plow under 2,500 feet. Where's Valley? Nice. Been there many times. It's a beautiful little town. Is nice, and the probably the nicest part is that the Parkway is now open. The Parkway is one of the most beautiful roads I have ever been on. Agreed. It's good, and we've been up and down the Blue Ridge Mountains, and that's beautiful. But this compares to it just as much, even though it's part. But this is just as good as driving through Asheville and all that through the Blue Ridge Mountains. This just as good. We get snowed on here in 2014, best time of our, I bet. Nothing like playing in the snow. Marie had never seen snow until she got with me. It was the first time was here at the cabin. It snowed and she was out dancing around and she had a lot of fun. Oh, your best friend lives in the Hollers in Where's Valley. I know what that is. That's nice there. The Hollers. That's down in the valley. I like Seymour because it keeps out of the Gatlinburg. Yeah, it does. It does. But if you get out, like in the Wares Valley area and heading out towards like Maryville, you don't have any traffic. Zero, but you're in the mountains. You're definitely in the mountains. And you can get right. Yeah.
Susan.
What did Susan say?
Ann and I had a great time at the Christmas place.
Yes, you did.
In Brooksville.
That was nice. It's a beautiful place to go to, and being Christmas is just around the time. Ningles World. You're just over the mountain in North Carolina, near Maggie Valley. Waynesville. I've been there many times. Yes. I know exactly where you are. Waynesville. It's a small little town, but it's really picturesque. I love the mountains there. Townsend is beautiful. Yeah, Townsend's a very nice place. I like Townsend. They're up and coming. Townsend's going to be one of those up and coming places where people are going to go. They're going to. You can see that that's happening. That they're going to have like rod runs and things like that. People go because they got the room to do it, and the artery going in goes right into Knoxville. I mean, you can come into Knoxville and take 129 right over, and you're right in Townsend. You're right there, and then 321 takes you into Pigeon Forge. Can you get to Maryville from Wares Valley? Absolutely. It's a very straight drive. 321. All you do is take 321 and you just follow it. It'll go through Townsend and you just go to the sign. You can't miss it. You just stay on 321. It'll take you to 129, and you just follow 129 into. It'll take you through Maryville, and then you can go right into Knoxville from there. It's basically a very straight road. Very little to. It's more to look at than do.
So Waynesville is where
The Carpetbaggers chant. Yes, yes. I knew he was there. He's in Waynesville, North Carolina. He's in North Carolina.
that's where
He lives. Yeah, that's his place. That's his. That's where he hails from, Waynesville. Yeah. They've been. It's not far from Blowing Rock. You're not far from Blowing Rock and what was the other one? Elk something. Have you guys find Roaring Forks? Haven't been to Roaring Forks yet. Would like to. That's on one of the lists for us to videotape. See, there's a lot of the places we haven't been to because I haven't been able to do a lot of the hiking. Now I'm feeling a lot better. I'm getting in shape, and it took a while after I've had my heart attacks. I had heart attacks and I have MS and all that stuff. But heart attacks are all better. Heart is all better. Everything is good. I'm back in shape. I'm eating good. But I have to be careful. You know, I am 65 years 65 years old. Susan.
I just made him what did I
An apple
an apple with
juicy.
spinach juice.
Apple and spinach and a juice. She's
That's
juicing for
right,
me.
it's good.
It actually was really good. It was a green apple flavor
Green
taste. It
apple
was
with
actually very good.
spinach and
Very.
ginger.
And mothballs. We're doing. Cherry says we are doing this in the come week and actually by vehicle. Good for you. Which way are you going to come in, Cherry? You going to come in through the Knoxville way, or are you going to come in through the 40 way from like the Carolinas? Mothballs. No. she Cherry. She likes mothballs. Don't ask why. I can't stand them. They just smell like old people, and I'm already old. She needs a microphone. Yeah, she. Don't let this fool you. This microphone is in the middle. We're just having some audio problems, and um, I hope that's all going to be taken care of in the next day or two. Uh, Mothballs. No, I know. Yeah, she does. 321. 321 is the road, and now I guess you're going to be coming in. I guess from Knoxville. That'll take you right through Maryville. It is such. Have you been this road? It's such a beautiful road. 320. As soon as you get on to 321 from 129 in Knoxville, that's where you want to get off. By the way, don't go all the way in. Just take Knoxville to 129. 129 will dump you onto 321, and 320 just stay on it. It's a beautiful half-hour ride. Oh, yeah, put them out for snakes. Yeah, they don't like them. I I tried putting them out to keep the raccoons from messing things up, but all they did was eat them and make a mess, so that didn't work.
You can keep the mothballs too from cockroaches.
Yeah, cockroaches. They don't. Bugs don't like the smell of mothballs. Jeff doesn't like the smell of mothballs. It keeps
I
me
do.
out. She loves the smell.
Because I got used to my grandma.
Old people like mothballs. I can't stand that smell. Yeah, I remember my grandmother would use mothballs. Yes, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's as soon as you leave. See, Knoxville's very flat. There's no mountains in Knoxville. But as soon as you get on 129 and you just leave, you go through Alcoa where the airport is. As soon as you get there, you can see the mountains in the distance, and it's like it's beckoning you. It's calling you, and you drive, and they get closer and closer. And then as soon as you get onto 321, you know that you're in the Smoky Mountains, and God, it's so beautiful. You have 5 Acre Pond. Oh, you got water moccasins, a snake, a nasty snake, a snake with an attitude. I got chased by a water moccasin. I was in the Ocklawaha River, and I was scuba diving, and I got chased. And I think could swim fast, but Jeff definitely performed a miracle and was running on water at that point. I swam. Oh, solo mio. I was swimming like a crazy man. Get away from that snake. Youch. Youch. That scared the heck out because it was big. And he chased me right to shore. I figured, oh, all right, I'm close to the shore. No, that guy's going. He's swimming right up to the shore. Get away from me. He was not happy. Probably a she. I probably got too close to the nest, most likely. What, you got a plane to catch?
No, I don't know what time.
Whenever we're done talking. How about that? You got to go to the bathroom or something? Is Sven the pool boy? I had said last week that because Marie wasn't here, so I was here solo. She was at work. She got called in. And I said, Marie left me. She left me for Sven, the pool boy. And we don't even have a pool. And everyone felt sorry for me. Yes, I swam like Johnny Weissmuller. I was. She's watching.
See what Jeff is doing?
I'm not doing anything. You caught a moccasin? Yeah, boy, they are nasty. They got an attitude. Water moccasins? Got chased once. It came. Yeah, DR 440. Yeah, they come at you. They're not afraid, and you need to get out of their way because they just are. They just are relentless in coming at you. Cherry, Maria's sleepy. Marie, she's not really sleepy. It's just her Chinese eyes. She had a nap right before we went on air, so she's not sleepy. We don't. Let me tell you something. How little we sleep. We usually don't go to sleep till 3 or 4 in the morning, and that's every day. That's every night. And I wake up at 8 o'clock almost like clockwork every day. When I first got here, I woke up at 4 a.m. every morning. It took me a year to break that habit from the radio. Wake up at 4, make a pot of coffee, drink pot of coffee. Do not use cup, just drink out of the pot. And get all wound up and then go do my job for 4 to 5, 6 hours and then do the other stuff. But poor boy. Pool boy. Yeah, it was the pool boy. Sven. See how she is. Shoot them. Yeah, you shoot those moccasins, you get rid of them. No, I can't, Jerry. I can't. So stop. It's true. I feel your pain. But I'm headed to Tennessee in the morning. Oh, man. I know you're gonna love it up here. I know you do already. Isn't there just a feeling that when you know you're getting closer, or even better, if you're coming in off 40 and you just get off 40 where it says, Pigeon Forge, Dollywood, and so on, and as soon as you're going through Kodak and you get to that big hill, and I'll never forget that big hill that all of a sudden you can see Mount LeConte, you can see Gatlinburg, you can see Sevierville. I knew I was home. I knew, and I told her that. Remember that? We're home. We're home. I felt it. I knew it. Dano, glad I made you laugh. Glad we make you laugh. That's what it's all about. God's country sure is, Jerry. It is God's country. There's something so magical up here in every corner. I never get tired of looking at the mountains. I never get tired of driving into town because we live out of town. And I never get tired of going down the mountain and looking, and just, I'm so happy. I'm so much more healthier because of this place, Florida sucks. Sorry, Susan. She lives in Florida. Just sucks. I'm sorry. Just for giggles, next week on the 24th through 26th, C10 Nationals, the show, Southeastern Gas and Petroleum Show in Maggie Valley. What goes on at the Gas and Petroleum Show? I mean, I understand they talk about gas and oil, but what else do they show? That'd be interesting. It's home. That's right, brother. It's home. Yes. It's just, I can't wait to get to the cabin. I can't. I go into town, we go into town, or whatever it is we do. I can't wait to come home. I can't wait. I feel so comfortable here. It's just, I breathe. I'm relaxed. I got my raccoons. I got Rosie Bear. I got a crazy Asian wife. And Sven. Sven has the guest room now. Mingles. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Oh, old gas and antique right there. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's a lot of like the old engines and stuff. Oh, I like that stuff. Comcast is fiber optic if you live in the new areas. If you're up here where we are, they're still using copper wire. That's why the audio and video is not as good as it can because they're still, and they don't have any plans, according to them, that they're going to be running fiber optics in the near future at all, and that really bothers me because I pay them good money, and you can't run good video through a copper wire. You can't upload good videos through copper wire. They need fiber optics. That's why I had mentioned to you earlier that you may have to render in 1080 or 2.7K because 4K is going to take hours. It could take up to 6 hours to render a 4K video. I know, I did it, and it's like, hello, I'm growing a beard before my very eyes. Hello, I just turned 100 and my video still hasn't uploaded. No, don't. Listen to me, Adventures with Dano. Dano, don't make that mistake. You do not want to move to Florida. I mean, if the wife, well, don't always listen to the wife. Listen to me. I'm now divorced. I'm official. We have now changed the radio station from Vacation Station TV to Separation Station TV. Your virtual divorce. I get threatened at least once a day with divorce. Susan, Susan, um, Separation Station. Tell everybody, tell all your friends, resubscribe. Separation Station TV. Unbelievable. Dano, listen to me. I spent 35 years in Florida, and I never got used to the heat. I never, ever got used to the lightning and the rain. Ask my sister, Susan. She's there. That's my sister. Tell Dano how Florida really sucks, please. And I work for the Florida the Vacation Society. Florida sucks. Stay out. Dano, it's hot in the summer. You have to stay inside. You cannot go outside. If you do, you're gonna sweat so much. And you're a mountain guy, and I believe your wife, you guys have been here a while. You've kind of acclimated to this area. You're going to go down there, and you're going to go, 90 degrees, 95 degrees with 100% humidity. How many times? Now, we were there. I'd take a shower. I'd get out of the shower. Before I'm done drying, I'm already sweating. And that's with the air conditioning on. It is so hot. Susan, tell the truth. Tell Dano. She's talking to you right now. Feel it, brother. Feel it. Let me be a witness. Do I have a witness? Tell him. Move. There, she said, move to Tennessee. Please. I mean, maybe your wife has her heart set on it. Maybe you want to go to Disney. So you go to Disney in the wintertime. You drive down there. You fly down there. And you will not wait. You will not wait to get back to your car and get back home here in Tennessee. Okay, that's nice that they live there. Tell them to stay there, too. Because now probably they've been there for like 300 years or something, right? And they're used to it. Now, how old are your parents? They're probably my age, right? Sky Harbor area internet connection has come along. Really? And that's way up in well, Brad, that's because they got the tourists up there and the tourists demand that stuff. And up here where I am, pretty much, I'm by myself. There's people they're kind of far away, but not far away. They're not going to run that line, that fiber optic line, just for a couple of people. Dano, yep, my sister says, move to Tennessee. Been married 37 years, Cherry. God bless you. Man, it feels like I've been married 137 years. I love you, baby. I worship the water she walks on. Susan, I was all satellite, and I had satellite. I got rid of that. I haven't had satellite in 5 years. No. Brad, I know you're a tech head. I know you're an IT. Don't you use Kodi? Brad, don't you use Kodi? You know it's out there. All you guys should be using Kodi. Android TV. It's a godsend. Yes, it is. Love mountain people. It depends on what side of the mountain you're talking about. We got lost once. I'm not going to say where, But there were people hiding behind trees, and I know I heard banjos playing. Dee 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 dee. We remember when we got lost. Don't say where, but we got lost in the mountains. Man, I was hiding in the car. I sent her out. We got lost. There was no lie. There were people standing behind trees, and they had.
And then you told me, you said, when I asked you why the people were staring at me, you said because I got chinky eyes.
You got chinky eyes. Yeah, you're fresh meat. Chinky eye.
What do you mean by chinky
You got
eyes?
Chinese eyes.
Chinese.
That's why I married you. You're beautiful. I'd rather, yeah, Dano, you will not ever regret it, and tell your wife you will not regret it. You can always visit Florida. You can always visit. Believe me, the best way you're going to see Florida is in your rear view mirror when you leave after you've been there. Never, ever go there in the summer. Ever, ever. You will not be able to do anything. Made that mistake, went to Epcot, even after I lived there 15 years, went to Epcot in the summer, and I'll never do that again. I died. Everyone was dying. The air conditioning didn't work. It doesn't matter. It's too hot.
Sherry asked,
Yes, we've been to Anakeesta many times. It's a beautiful place. Love it. Love it. To die for. It's a really great place. I love just driving around there. Yes, you finally got. Dano picked up on the music. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. You get lost in a couple of places. You know, you're on. You took. You know the movies, The Wrong Turn. Jeff and Marie took the wrong turn. Fresh meat, yes. She was fresh meat. Yes, my wife is beautiful. Cherry says you're beautiful. She is beautiful. That's why I fell in love with her the first moment I saw
okay, okay.
her.
I'll call Susan.
She's listening. Susan sees you. You got lost at Pittman Center area once?
I
The,
don't
no, no. I get lost leaving the house, so it doesn't really. You know, it was when we first got up here. We were lost immediately. I mean, I didn't know where to go because all the roads are twisty turn. Cherry, you know that. I mean, if you haven't been up here, you haven't driven around. You drive around, you get lost real quick up here. But you know, and the problem is your GPS doesn't work all the time.
know. Adventures with Dano said, you sure got a pretty mouth.
You sure got a pretty mouth. He knows the movie. Yeah. And all we need left is squeal like a pig, you know? And Dano, I'm telling you, we ran into those people. We ran into them. And we were low on gas. We got lost for so long. I mean, you can get lost. Excuse me, you got to remember the Smoky Mountains, the Smoky Mountain National Park is 850 square miles of nothingness. In between, there's an occasional dot of a town, a spit of a town, and in between that, you got to go a long way before you find a gas station. There's a lot of abandoned cars and lots of lots of skeletons, sun-bleached bones on the sides of the roads down some of these things. But it's a beautiful place. But it's a beautiful place, a place you want to bring your kids. No, it really is. I feel safer up here than I do in Florida. And Susan, you know what I mean. Yeah, my sister came up here to visit me. Her and her husband. Hi, Dennis. How are you? And clearly on I-40 coming from Knoxville, there are 3 giganto signs that say next exit Dollywood, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, clear, gigantic sign. My sister went by all 3 of them and wound up in Kentucky, and I'm waiting for her. I said, well, you should have been here an hour ago. They were in Kentucky. It was midnight. You guys were so tired. I'm canceling my vacation. No, Jerry, don't cancel your vacation. This is such a beautiful place. As any place, anywhere, there's good, there's bad. And you just, once you're here for a little while, you know right where they are. You know what I mean? There's parts of the town you live in you wouldn't think of going in, not on a bet. So you don't do that. It's okay. Not. Not. Burt Reynolds probably said, we're paying me enough. Yeah, I know. You're not paying me enough. My wig, I need a new wig. Sun bleached bones. You know what I mean. Excuse me. My comedy is very visual. and it had to be because of radio.
And
And I'm very sarcasm is the key to my humor. But in radio, you have to. It's the theater of the mind. So um, you learn how to tell people that you're going to have a piece of chocolate cake. Now we're going to take a big piece of chocolate cake, and we're going to cut it very slowly, and you could see the chocolate oozing over the knife's edge. You see what I mean? It's a theater of the mind. You were all seeing that piece of chocolate cake, and that's how you have to be in radio. You have to paint the picture for the people because that's the way it is. That's what I'm Southern. Cherry, of course you are. Okay, we're all Southern right now. We're all here. Were you born and raised in South Carolina? So there's an isolated rural. So you know what I mean. There's good areas and there's bad areas. You just know where to stay out of. You know you can sense the danger. You know when the hair on the back, like the hair all over my back, stands up. Like if I took off my shirt, you would say, "I thought you took off your shirt." They say, "Why do you have a sweater under your shirt?" I don't have a sweater. I'm just hairy. It's just yeah. You should feel safe and it's a very very. In fact, I did. I investigated. She knows this. My goodness, did I investigate this place? I went through all the criminal records and all that stuff. Where's the best places, worst places, best schools, and all that stuff. And this was the area. This where's Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Townsend. The lowest crime rate almost in the nation is this state right where we are now. So this is a good place to be. It's not a crazy place. It's crazy when the Rod Run is here, but it's not crazy crazy. It's just happy crazy. You said, as she said last night, happy crazy. Somehow our friends got lost in Pigeon Forge. How do you get lost in Pigeon Forge from Cincinnati? It took them what, 13 hours, and it's a 4-hour drive. Where did they go? How do you get lost in Pigeon Forge? It's just a straight road. I mean, sure, there's Teaster and a few other places, but they all dump out on some main road somewhere. That's silly. I can understand that. That sounds like they must know. They went to Susan, my sister, Susan Larberg's, Rand McNally, How to Get Lost Easy, even though you have the best directions in the world. I gave her explicitly good directions how to get in. Blew right by the place. How do you go by 3 gigantic signs that even say, Susan, turn here? Oh, Lord. My sister, I told you she's crazy. My whole family is out. You know, come the holidays, we always have the dysfunctional family Christmas. It's always wonderful. I'm sure all of you come from a dysfunctional family some way or another. There's always the idiot in the closet, right? There's always somebody. You go, where's yeah, me? There's the idiot in the closet. You always somewhere a village is missing its idiot, but it's here at our dinner. Oh, goodness. The big trucks were in the way. Yeah. Yes. They had no excuse for you? Why they got lost for so many hours? My goodness. 13 hours. They could have been in Ohio. They need driving for dumb. Yeah, they need driving for dumb. They need a seeing eye tow truck. That's what they need. Hooked up to it, There's a thing. There's a thing on your phone, Susan. My sister resisted getting one of these for a very, very long time. There's a thing called Google. Hello, Google. Hello, Google, as she said. And all you got to do is ask it for directions. Say, hello, Google. I want to go. I want to go. And you just put it in there. You want to go to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And she's got a pleasant voice. And you just click it, and it'll get you right here. You can't get lost. You really can't get lost.
George Johnson,
Hi, George Jansen.
Sherry's phone died.
Oh, okay. Hi, Cherry.
And
And that's at George's phone. Okay, George, thanks for lending Cherry your phone. I appreciate that. Real, real cornbread, no sugar. Oh, really? That's how do you do corn? Well, okay, I understand cornbread. You can make it sweet with some stuff. Okay, I like good cornbread.
And Ningo's World is leaving.
Ningles World, thank you. Got to go back to work. Fun guys. Been seeing more of you. I hope so. I hope so. And communicate through us on your channel. Comment, and I'll comment on yours. I'll take a look at some more of your videos. All right, I promise I will. They're lost in Kentucky. Not hard to get lost in Kentucky. It's a beautiful state, but there's not much doing up there. She was resisting smartphone. Yes, she was. Maybe she was resisting. Yes, yes, yes. She didn't. She kept. I forget what Susan. Would you have some stupid flip phone? She was resisting smartphone. Yeah, maybe she was the resistance. Teleco planes. 75 South is pretty simple to follow. Yes, it is. Keep telling them. Just Google it. Couldn't figure. They just couldn't figure it out, huh? It's just 75. Like I told my sister, you take 75 all the way up, get off at 40. It literally is a straight road. Go to 40, and you're here. 40 to 66. Three turns. Three, three turns in 10 hours. That's all. And they got lost. Sugar and cornbread. Cherry, do you use sugar and cornbread? You don't have to. It's okay dry. You can use stevia too. Stevia, it tastes pretty good. Or you can use honey. Honey or agave. They're all just as good. I try not to use sugar at all. In fact, we don't use sugar, do we? We don't use sugar. We don't use a lot of salt. Don't use sugar.
I tried it. Oh, you gotta tell Susan.
Huh?
You know, I had that blood pressure attacks.
Oh yeah, she gets if she eats too much stuff that's MSG in it or too much salt, she gets really bad, and she needs to pay attention to her blood pressure. You all need to watch that. Any processed foods, you look, all of you that are on here right now, if you have anything in your shelves, in your pantries and stuff, look at the box and look under sodium. And some of the smallest things that you think are benign, that are, oh, this is just a corn chip or something, has like
I can't
1,200
have.
grams of sodium in it.
Yeah, I can't have processed foods anymore.
No, she can't. It really upsets her. It really raises heck with her blood system. Nobody should be eating processed foods at all. The big trucks were blocking signs. No, Susan, they weren't blocking signs. You just weren't paying attention. That's what. Don't blame it on the trucks. They're not here to defend themselves. I don't know. They said there was a bad wreck. It took a bunch of country roads. Obviously, they didn't take the right country roads. Do with a cast skillet and bacon. Yes, 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 ma'am. That's how you cook cornbread in a skillet. That is exactly how you do it. Nothing tastes better than when it's in an iron skillet. Ah, oh, pain in the neck to clean, but yeah, a lot of people, Dan, a lot of people are allergic to MSG. And whenever you go to like Chinese restaurants or actually any restaurant, tell them no MSG. You're allergic to it because a lot of regular restaurants, steakhouses especially, they sprinkle MSG on the steak. You probably didn't know that, but yeah, they put MSG in the salad bar. You got to be very, very careful. Need to crash out with email. Yeah, Brad, definitely, please help me out on this. So next week I can flawlessly put this thing together. But I'm going to look up that. You did write it down, didn't you? StreamYards. StreamYards. I'm going to look it out. I really, I'm tired of. I love all the good little, cool little things that I got. Look, look. I wish I could have shout outs on here, which I know I could. See, look, look. Let's see it. There it goes. Look at that. Look at that. And then if I had to go potty or something, look, look at that. And then I'm back. Look, just like that. Isn't that a miracle? It's like a donkey ride to heaven. Mhm. What did they say about Marie? Weight conscious. Yes, she's something. She's always worried, worried, worried. And I said, honey, you're so skinny already. When I met her, she was 128 pounds. She turned sideways. She disappeared. Good for you, George. We've lost 40 pounds. Good for you. The key to not having diabetes and the key to being not sick is keeping the weight down. Otherwise, man, I used to get big, really big all the time. I'll eat anything that doesn't eat me first. Susan says, me too, Ann.
Well, the problem with me is that, my blood pressure goes up,
Yeah, and she gets really weird. She
the
gets
world,
weirder than she already
the
is.
world is spinning.
World is spinning. She keeps threatening me with Sven. Yes, they do. A lot of steakhouses they use MSG. That's why, if you ever notice, you go to a restaurant and all of a sudden your mouth starts to salivate. That's MSG. It causes you to want more. So that's why you're wanting more. You're craving more. As the MSG is what gets you. So I tell them no MSG.
Brad Lucas said 99.
Brad, thank you. Please email me, please. I really need to get this right. I'm gonna have a stroke in a minute. Wouldn't be the first time I had a heart attack on the air. My first heart attack, I was on the air doing my show, and I said, "And we'll be back right after this." 15 days later, I woke up. I was in intensive care. After good night, yes. DR440, good night. Yeah, we're gonna sign off now too. I've had a lot of fun. George, oh my God, Cherry. It's true. It's true. I had my first heart attack on the air. That is God's honest truth. And recently, how many months ago was that? 6, 8, 9, July of last year. That was the last of them. Hopefully forever now. I told her I'm not feeling well. Something's not right. Something's not right. And everything was gray. Everything I looked around was gray. And I told her, I said, don't call 911. I'll never live. I'll never make it. I said, let's get in the car right now. So I grabbed the keys, threw her in the car, and I raced down the mountain. I mean, I raced down there like it was Dukes of Hazzard going down the mountain. I didn't care who was going to stop me or what. I wasn't going to stop till I got to the hospital. And I got to the hospital and made it. And thank God for that hospital. Thank God they got me. There's a whole big story, but I'm going to go into it. And yes, I'm back. And they rotor-rooted me all out, and everything is now fine. They put 7 stents in me. So I'm fine now. Oh goodness! Wow, man, this is from Dana. Well, man, well, don't say we'll be back. No, I don't. I try not to say that, and I go, and we'll be back like that. I feel good though. After I'm telling you, nothing worse than having a heart attack. You need to all take care of yourselves. Please take care of yourselves.
See, Susan said Jeff.
Jeff, I know my sister. What, Susan? What am I doing wrong now? If it's not Marie yelling at me, it's my sister. If it's not my sister, it would have been my mom. God rest her soul. But she'd always do that. Jeff, and hit me over the head with a wooden spoon. Break them all. Remember, Susan? Mommy'd have to go through a dozen of wooden spoons. She'd have to go to Zare and buy a bunch of wooden spoons because she broke them over my head all the time. That's just the way it is. Anyway, that's it. Okay, we're all going to say goodnight. Adventures at Dano, just leave that line out. Susan. We're signing off for now. Remember, we're going to do this next week, always, Sundays from 7 to 9 p.m. Thank all of you who have subscribed, all of you that are part of this family now. Please tell a friend. Tell your friends that you've discovered Vacation Station TV, and soon to be changed to Separation Station TV. And it'll be hosted by Marie and Sven, the pool boy. I'll be somewhere. I'll be roasting a chicken on a coat hanger behind 7-Eleven while she's dancing the fandango with some out-of-work software salesman. But anyway, sorry, honey. So, stream is now officially ending. I need more coffee anyway. We'll see you all next week.